Just outside Rochester, hidden beyond a collapsing dirt road swallowed by weeds and time, there was once a farm no map ever agreed on. And a man named John Bake who decided to prove it was nothing but a story? In the autumn of 1978, John Bake, a local mechanic known for mocking ghost stories, took a late-night drive with a camera and a stubborn plan to find the so-called Albino Farm and expose it. The legend had lived for decades whispered among teenagers. A pale family, cursed, hiding from sunlight, attacking anyone who trespassed. John didn't believe a word of it. To him, it was just another rural myth born from boredom and fear. But as he drove deeper into the backroads, the paved street gave way to gravel, then to dirt, and finally to something that barely resembled a road at all. His headlights flickered as if struggling against the darkness itself. Then he saw it, a narrow path veering left, half covered in tall grass, exactly as described in the stories. At the end of it stood the farmhouse. It wasn't abandoned. That was the first thing John noticed. The windows weren't broken. They were covered carefully from the inside. No light escaped, yet the place didn't feel empty. It felt occupied. He stepped out with his camera. The air was unnaturally cold. As he approached, the silence pressed in, thick and suffocating. Then came the sound, a faint shuffling from behind the walls, like movement that didn't want to be heard. John raised his camera and snapped a photo. The flash lit the entire porch, and for a fraction of a second he saw them. Figures, tall, unnaturally thin, skin pale beyond human tone, eyes reflecting the light like glass. They weren't standing still. They were already moving toward him. John ran. Branches tore at his jacket as he sprinted back to the car, the sound of footsteps, not quite human, closing in behind him. He slammed the door, started the engine, and sped away, never looking back. The next morning, his camera was found on his kitchen table. Inside it, only one photograph remained. It showed the farmhouse clearly, but the figures weren't outside. They were standing behind John, close, watching. Investigators later traced the land records of that property and uncovered something buried deeper than rumor. In the early 1900s, the farm had belonged to a reclusive family afflicted with extreme light sensitivity. They rarely appeared in public, and neighbors claimed they only moved at night. Then one winter, the entire family vanished without record. No bodies, no sale, no explanation. The house was declared abandoned, but locals avoided it long before the legend began. What John encountered wasn't a family hiding from the world. It was something that never left it. The truth behind the Albino Farm was never about people cursed by nature. It was about something that adapted to the dark. Something that learned to remain unseen, waiting in isolation until curiosity brought someone close enough to notice. And if you look closely at that final photograph, you'll realize the most terrifying detail wasn't that they were behind him. It was that they were already inside his home, watching, even after he escaped.